Welcome to this session of Straight Drive. I'm Sudhanshu Mani, Namaskar, and I'm with Anand, Vardhan, Singh. One of the things in news in recent week or so has been the controversy about hijab in Karnataka. So viewers, let's first understand what exactly is hijab. As far as I understand, hijab is a headscarf which does not cover the face like a veil or niqab. And this is something which is worn by Muslim women, and its use has become a little bit more pronounced in recent years. The reason, to my mind, because of stereotyping of Muslims, somehow it has become a symbol of identity and not so much a religious symbol. That's one. Now, in a school, a uniform is prescribed, and that uniform is universal. In this particular school in Udupi, whether that uniform was in vogue for a long time or not, but a notice was put up that this uniform has to be followed by everyone, and since hijab cannot be a part of that uniform, they were told the girls who were wearing hijab not to wear it. There is also a discourse that there was no controversy actually, but some Muslim girls were instigated by PFI. This is also one discourse that they should now stick to their guns and refuse to wear hijab because it's violating their religious identity. Now, the question in everyone's mind is that in a school, since a uniform is prescribed, it should be followed by everyone. And if one religion or people from one religion, girls from one religion are allowed to bring an identity of their religion in a classroom, this would instigate others also to do it, whether that's true or not, because as a Hindu, non-practicing Hindu, I don't think we Hindus have any religious identity clothing as such. And we are not going to extreme of Gerua Vastra and all that. Now I want to understand whether there is a merit in the case at all to oppose hijab. That's one part. And second part, as usual, in India, it has become center of politics now. And because politics enters into it, then the main principle whether hijab should be permitted or not takes a backseat. And that's, I think, a problem. Once it becomes politicized, then a sound judgment is difficult. Of course, the matter is sub-judice. At this point, Supreme Court has refused to handle it and declared that High Court of Karnataka is hearing the case and they should take a final judgment. And only after that, if required, they can intervene. So we will understand this hijab controversy a little bit more from Anand. Anand, what do you think?
First of all, thank you so much, Sudhanshu. This is a very sensitive thing. Sensitive in the sense that Hindus feel that what you said, that hijab is, you cannot bring religion to a school, and the Muslim feels that if my custom, my religion says that you must wear hijab, then why I should not? I mean, primarily this. But before starting this, I'm 100% convinced, I'm fully aware of this, that it has a link with the UP elections. There is absolutely no doubt about it. And apart from UP elections, next year Karnataka is also going for polls, so it has some bearing on that also. Having said that, as far as the hijab part is concerned, I take it as in three different segments we have to see that. One, as you rightly said, one is the uniform part, which is something any school, I mean, you have worked in an atmosphere where there was a factory. So every factory has a discipline that you have to wear hats or you have to wear overall or something, whatever it is. Same way every school has a discipline, and same way any force has a discipline, and primarily the reason of one dress is to have oneness, to remove that inequality or whatever it is.
Right.
So as far as school is concerned, I think that school is absolutely right if they say that my discipline of my school is such and such, and there is a dress code. Nothing wrong on that. Because tomorrow suppose, it is a hypothetical question, just to answer that. Tomorrow I decide to go and read in a, what you call, maktab or a Islamic school, where there might be a dress code of wearing a topi. Now, I cannot say that I being a Hindu, I will not wear a topi, because if that is the dress code, I have to wear a topi. Same way, if someone comes to a Gurukul type of a traditional Indian school, or a Hindu, I will say Hindu traditional, where they teach Hindu traditions, and if there is a thing of wearing a dhoti or putting a tilak, then suppose, I mean, these are our hypothetical things. If suppose some Muslim joins in and he says, then I will not put on tilak because my religion, no, because the school says that. So I am absolutely clear on that as far as the school discipline is concerned.
Right.
So the school discipline must prevail. Now, having said that, there is a second part of it, and which somehow is being mixed up with this. As you rightly said that when this girl was coming, there are, I mean, what videos we have seen, a group of maybe 30, maybe 40 students, or I will say bache or whatever it is, they were threatening type of a thing, and they were chanting that Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, and Jai Shri Ram was not the way we would like to any Hindu to chant. It was more of a war cry sort of a thing. And to my mind and to my understanding, that is a absolutely law and order problem. By telling Allah Akbar or Jai Shri Ram, doesn't give you any right, any religion a right to disturb the peace or anything, or so that some individual gets threatened. So it is not acceptable. As far as this is concerned, it was 100% law and order problem. And because of, we all understand, because elections round the corner, the government also is not ready to take a call on it. And now I come on the third part of it. Third part is the social part of it. As you said that there is an identity crisis, yes. When we were growing up, as you rightly said, we have never seen any of our friends wearing a cap, skull cap or anything like that. Post Babri Masjid, this all happened 1992, post Babri Masjid, when Muslim feels threatened in this country, when they feel that their identity, primarily that is the reason, as a final fallout of Babri Masjid thing, they have started wearing this skull caps and things like that. Before that, it was not there. Same way, if you think, I mean, I will tell you about I'm talking of pre-92. I do puja every day. I was working in a government organization, and I used to, because that puja needs that there should be a tilak also. When you perform a puja, there are various means, because you must have put a tilak also. So I was putting a tilak. Then I was very uncomfortable going to office with a tilak here. Somehow I was not comfortable. No one told me anything. What I did was, I switched it over to a chandan tilak. Now, a chandan tilak was matching with my skin, and for next 10 to 15 years, till I was doing puja. These days I don't do regular pujas, I am more on a spiritual side, and I am more on certain other things. But I started putting on a chandan tilak, so that my identity, I am not, jisko kehte na, I am not putting it there on my head.
Advertising it.
I am not advertising. There was a way of doing it.
Yeah.
Post 92, not only Muslims, even Hindus, they started chanting Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, and then they started putting this Bhagwa thing. And Bhagwa thing, if you remember, this all which you call that overall or whatever it is, Angavastram or so. This was started by a political party. Less of a, because Bhagwa, when we have seen Bhagwa, it was worn by a saint or a sannyasi or a baba or some, a grahast, a normal person who is living a worldly life was not wearing this Bhagwa and things like that. So to my mind, there are three things. There is a school discipline thing, which has to be addressed by school. No law, no court, no one can tell that that a school should decide. That is their prerogative. There is a law and order problem which the state has to say, and there is a problem of society which is your and my problem. And I always maintain that as a Hindu, it is my responsibility to clean my courtyard. And as a Muslim, it is the Muslims, whosoever are the Muslim leaders, it is their responsibility to clean their courtyard. Because yes, there are dirt in both the courtyards.
But issue is that now that the issue is politicized, so a simple matter of a school uniform has now attained such dimensions that it will be very difficult to really for any some governments would like to do something about it, others would, without really wanting it, they'll have to oppose it. I'm sure, for example, let's say Congress party, I'm sure they don't really advocate that hijab should be an identity. But given this situation of Bhagwa versus hijab, they are also driven into a corner to support it by declaring it as a matter of choice. So, you think this thing will, do you think it will go to High Court? It will go to Supreme Court, I mean.
It has to go to Supreme Court but I still feel court is not able, cannot give this answer. Why I am telling you is, even hijab I am talking, I have talked to my Muslim friends, there are essentials in Muslim law, which are essentials, like Jummeh ki namaz. Now, Jummeh ki namaz is an essential thing. On every Friday, any practicing Muslim has to go by this Jummeh ki namaz, where he has to go and pray in a jamaat. Jamaat means with his own people in that society. That is essential. Hijab is not essential. Hijab is a matter of choice, and I will not only say a matter of choice. Every religion says that a lady should dress up, or why lady, even a gentleman or any person should dress up decently. So that decent people start telling that I have a choice, and this we don't enter into that controversy. But what choice it is, what choice it is not. But as far as hijab is concerned, it is now being taken as a political tool. People want that their Hindus should go with this, that no, if they are wearing hijab, then I will wear that scarf. I have never seen, in my tradition, I have never seen boys wearing a scarf. It has never happened. Right. But recent times with this Manyavar brand coming in, they put on all those scarves and sherwanis and things like that. Then Hindus should not wear sherwanis also, because primarily sherwani is a Muslim dress. So
yeah, that's right. In fact, we will close with a little observation. When I was in Germany, so I was surprised to see many immigrant Muslim women putting on this headscarf or hijab or whatever. And I was surprised that, having settled in Germany, why is it that whether this has, over the years, this custom has gained momentum? And I was told, yes, there also it was not so, and it has increased. And one of the explanations given was it was kind of a reaction after 2001 and stereotyping of Muslims, that certain Muslim people wanted to acquire that identity, that I am proud to declare myself as a Muslim, irrespective of whatever stereotyping that is going on. So that's also a view, and I hope that kind of situation doesn't arise in India, and there is some.
I will just add one thing, Sudhanshu. I will just add, in last 20 years, if you have seen, lot of girls of our, maybe Hindu, maybe, they have a fashion of putting this thing. They put some sort of a nakab or whatever it is, if they are driving. When I ask my niece, why you are doing it like this, she says because to protect from the heat and protect from the. Yeah, they give that explanation. Yes. But it is more of a fashion also. People, if there is, I have seen girls in my home only. There is a fashion of doing this. Now, if this fashion, if tomorrow it is identified that this is the Muslims only who put this, I'm sure that this fashion will go.
Now that you bring it up, we see certain girls riding a two-wheeler,
yes,
with all kinds of coverings, and some of them, it almost reminds you of, if I may say, like a coffin.
Yes.
But like a coffin moving on a two-wheeler. That's also very strange. So friends, I hope this issue of hijab is a little bit clearer to you, and we will watch as to what happens in High Court judgment and later on. Thank you very much. We'll meet next week again.
And Sudhanshu, I always feel that my religion you should not decide by my dress, you should decide by my acts.
Yeah,
because if I'm doing something, you must say that, oh, he must be and one religion, I must say, stands out, and that is Sikhism. They are decided by their act. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.